Hi Scorpio, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for the final week of December going into January. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm going to take a quick second to remind everyone that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Scorpio out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, get in where you fit in, Scorpio. But as always, don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Scorpio? Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, you're starting out with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. You have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. And coming out together, we have the Hermit along with the Five of Cups. So Scorpio, you've suffered a pretty deep loss here. It looks like there's been a breakup. There's been a deep loss. This could have been a relationship that you may have been married to this person, or it was a very stable connection for quite some time. I do feel like there could have been some codependency within this connection, but there's definitely been a sense of deep loss here. I feel like you're kind of looking back at everything that's happened. You know, you're not in communication with that person. You're searching for answers. There's a sense of depression or sadness here. And I feel like you're trying to figure out what in the world happened here. Why did things go the way they did? There's a sense of it being dark, stormy time for you. So let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Scorpio's energy. Could have been dealing with an Aries. Show me who's in Scorpio's energy. All right, so we have the Emperor in the reverse. We have the Magician, sign of Gemini, and then we have the Page of Pentacles. So this person that's in your energy, I have to be honest with you, Scorpio, this is not a good combination to have the Magician with the Emperor reverse, because that does indicate that this is somebody who is manipulative and very controlling. This is someone who was trying to control the situation. They talk a very smooth game. They may not have been, you know, faithful to the situation. They can be, this is a brooding person. They could be a business owner, and if so, their business is not going very well. Even though they have all the tools necessary to get, you know, make it what they want, I feel like they're just such a negative force, a very overly controlling force. This person may have met somebody new, or they may be reaching out to you. We'll clarify that, Page of Pentacles. Let me see the energy between Scorpio and this person. The Three of Wands. There's this waiting energy, waiting to, basically both of you are waiting to see who's going to come, you know, towards them. Like you're waiting to see if this person, you know, tries to come in and fix the situation, and this person is waiting and in fact manifesting for you to come towards them. It's almost like a little bit of a standoff-ish energy here. Show me what's affecting this connection. The Moon in reverse. Something was revealed. Something that had been hidden was revealed. And it caused a deep loss for you. You could be dealing with a Cancer sign. Show me the outcome. The Seven of Wands. That standoff is still going to continue. You're in silence. You're looking back over everything. This person that's in your energy, they could be moving towards a new individual right now. You're both very defensive with one another. Bottom of the deck is the Star card in the reverse. This is underlying energy, and this does indicate to me that, you know, you might be feeling a little bit hopeless about the situation right now. There's definitely a sense of emotional imbalance and a need for healing. So let me clarify your reading. Spirit, why is the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse for Scorpio? Yeah, 9 of Coins reverse, that's doubled. And the 4 of Swords. You've definitely pulled back. The sense of loss, the sense of deep loss here has caused you to pull back. And you're definitely not in communication with this person right now. I feel like you're more or less waiting for this person to contact you or to try to talk to you. Let me see why the 9 of Pentacles is reversed for Scorpio. All right, 8 of Cups reversed, King of Swords. Yeah, you want to talk to them, but you don't want to be the one to reach out to them. I do feel like there was some truthful communication in which something was revealed to you. You could possibly be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, but I definitely feel like you want this person to come towards you. You want them to speak in a very honest and sincere, authentic manner. Let me see the bottom energy for Scorpio. All right, we have the 9 of Swords reversed, the Empress in reverse. You may be dealing with a karmic, and the Knight of Swords reversed. Yeah, you're tired of feeling like upset and worried about this, because I feel like you've lost sleep. You've been thinking about the situation over and over. You know, you've been dwelling on it. There's been a lot of anxiety, a lot of sadness here. And I feel like, I mean, there's literally been grief. I'm hearing grief. This person, as you're thinking about this, you're realizing that this person did not treat you with respect. There is definitely a need for you to kind of go within and look at some of the issues on your side, some things that you need to attend to. I see codependency here. I see for some of you, I see that also some of you could be struggling with your self-esteem. There's a lack of value for some of you. So definitely you want to kind of go within and look at those things, because ultimately that's going to make you a happier person. But on the whole, with regard to this, you are tired of the anxiety. You're tired of overthinking this. And there's a deep sense of sadness at not talking to this person, but knowing that if you do talk to them, it's just going to lead to either dishonest communication, or it's going to lead to an argument. And so I see you basically avoiding this person somewhat. Let me look at their energy. Why is the Emperor in the reverse? Now you have both the Emperor and the Empress in reverse, and that would indicate to me that this could possibly be a karmic connection that you may have thought was a twin flame, possibly. All right, so we have the 9 of cups, or not 9, the 8 of Cups in reverse. We have the Knight of Wands. So this person knows that they've been very controlling. They know that they've been in and out of this connection. So they're not confused. They're not behaving out of confusion. They're behaving in such a way as to try to control the situation. The way that they speak, their inconsistency, I'm here 1 minute and I'm gone the next. All of these are things that are being done so they can control the situation. Yeah, this person could be a little bit of a player. Let me see why the Magician is here. Even them pulling back and waiting. See, they want to talk to you, but they're waiting for you to come towards them. And even that is them trying to control the situation. All right, we have Judgment. We have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. It's that hot and cold energy again. You know, I'm going to cut you out of my life. Now I want you back. I'm going to cut you out. Now I want you back. So I do feel like this person in your energy, I feel like they're literally manifesting a reconciliation with you, But when they come in, they may come in really fast and leave just as quickly. You're not on the same page with this person. This person can be very cutting with their words. Very, very cutting. And I do feel like this person is angry. There's a lot of anger here. A lot of anger. No wonder you're hesitant to communicate with them. Yeah, I definitely see it. This person's not incredibly honest either. There's some dishonest energy here. All right, so why is the Page of Pentacles here for the person in Scorpio's energy? The Devil. That does not surprise me. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Scorpio energy. We have the Queen of Cups reversed, so that's Pisces, another Scorpio or Cancer. But I do feel like this person in your energy, even if they do reach out, it's not going to be in a very loving manner. It's going to be like they're going to be in and out. This person has a lot of toxic energy. They're definitely very drawn towards you, but they're also angry. They're manipulative. They're, you know, inconsistent in their behavior. They're trying to control you by using inconsistency. So I just feel like this is somebody that, you know, is not operating out of love. And I also feel like, you know, they're afraid to show their emotions. They're afraid to come forward. So what they do is they come towards you, or come forward with love. They come towards you with this toxic energy. So, and all you're wanting is for them to come back in a clear, honest, and direct manner. But it doesn't look like they're capable of doing that. Let me see why the Three of Wands is here. Show me the energy between Scorpio and this person. All right, so we have the High Priestess. We have the Two of Cups. More Gemini energy. The Hierophant in reverse. Taurus energy. A lot of Scorpio energy. So, yeah, like I said, this person wants to talk to you. This person definitely wants to talk to you. They do have feelings for you, but they have a difficult time expressing emotions to anybody. And they know that you want them to reach out. They know that. And so what are they doing? They're withholding that in order to basically drive you crazy. It's a stalemate. I don't see that happening, though. I see you really kind of pulling back, and you're kind of moving into your power. You're moving quietly. This person carries secrets, but I feel like you're more or less moving into your own power, and you're deep in your intuition right now, which is very good. You pulling back here after this ending is what is causing you to move into your intuition. It's not a matter of whether or not you have feelings for this person, or even if they do. It's that this person is in such toxic energy. Let me see why the Moon is in reverse. Show me what's affecting this connection for Scorpio. The Magician and the Star card in reverse. So you're realizing that this person is angry and manipulative, and they know what you want from them. They know that you want them to come back in and to approach you with honest communication. But see, here's the thing too, is this person also knows that as long as they're holding out the way they are, that it causes emotional instability in you, because whether they have the words to say it or not, they know that you're codependent on their energy. So that's what you're going to have to do in order to address your own toxic behavior in this. Because I can see that you found out something here that made you just very emotionally distraught. There's this up and down energy. And I also feel like this person knows that you have some codependent issues. And so they deliberately trigger you. They do. They deliberately trigger you. And so I do feel like they do a lot of stuff like cutting you out and then trying to get back together. The breaking up, getting back together kind of energy. I also feel like this person uses anger. I do feel like they're very manipulative. So, and don't for one second think that they don't know what they're doing. They absolutely do. They're trying to get you to come back towards them because then the game continues. Let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome for Scorpio. All right, we have the Three of Cups reversed. We have the Knight of Cups reversed. And we have the Emperor. Well, that's actually positive because this person is going to kind of, you know, when you turn them down and you stand your ground with this person, I do feel like this person is going to kind of realize that they have to come towards you authentically. So that's actually very positive. That's a good thing. They're going to take control of the situation. The problem is that this person, they do have a lot of very toxic behaviors. They definitely do, especially with regard to how they express feelings and emotions. So I do feel like you're going to stand your ground in the outcome. You're not happy about it because there's no reconciliation when you do that. I feel like you're going to turn them down because you're recognizing that they're treating you disrespectfully. You don't feel like they're coming towards you in the right manner. And so I do see you kind of saying, no, I'm not moving towards this again. At which point this person is actually going to step into a better energy. With the Emperor, they're going to take control of the situation. I just don't know if it's too late. Because I feel like they've just played this game of cat and mouse for so long. It's like a runner-chaser game that even though they do have feelings for you, they're just very toxic. And they've played this game so long that I think you're just like, I've had enough. I don't even see you like going out and dating other people at this time. You're just really in this hermit mode, trying to figure things out for yourself and working on yourself. If this is a twin flame connection, I don't feel like you're on the same page. And it is directly because of the way this person has behaved in the past. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles. This is underlying energy. It does indicate that both of you are kind of watching the other to see what they're going to do. But it also indicates to me that you are moving into this energy where you are now going to begin investing in self. And I think that that would be very positive for you, Scorpio. Because I can see you've gone through a very difficult time here, but there are definitely some things that you can address within yourself that will make your life so much better. All right, so I'm going to pull an oracle card for you, and we will see if there's any further advice. Pulling for Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, you have number 28. So you're at the end of a cycle of some sort. It's called Dark Night of the Soul. Yeah, I can see it. It's all about transformation, awakening, and a tower. Yeah, that's difficult. Okay, so let me read that for you. Give me just 1 second. All right, so your affirmation says, in darkness, I can cultivate my light. The tower, the deepest cave, the endless desert. A dark night of the soul is a period of extreme challenges, whether internal, external, or both. It is the fight with the dragon, the monsters in your head, the demons in your life. It is to experience a great loss or catastrophic confusion. It's the thing that every human wishes to avoid but cannot. It is a stirring of your soul, a call from for the deepest of transformations, whether that be a reconstruction of your life, values, or self. These periods can take us to a hell of sorts. They take us to a place so deep within us that we think it will never end, a trapdoor through which we just keep falling into a great void of dark experiences and painful emotions. it can strip everything away from us. We have no choice but to face the dragon, to find the treasure, to seek the light, to become the warrior we were always capable of being. This is when we become a more powerful version of self. When we learn the ways of the great witches who came before us and know that we are so much stronger, wiser, and worthier than we thought possible. We earn our gifts in this place, those we were not born with but were always meant for. Our new self is forged in the fire of transformation, and we can do more than just survive. We can become the light that we so desperately need. We can rise from the ashes and become the phoenix. We can awaken to the powerful truth of our own being. Pulling this card can confirm that you have experienced an evolution of your soul, that you have overcome or are capable of overcoming difficulties and receiving the gifts that come from that, as hard and as dark as it may be. You are learning the way of the warrior. This card also has an energy of transformation behind it. Perhaps you feel your soul is stirring and that it is time for new growth within. Or you want to change your life, your beliefs, or your values. Listen to this calling and do not fear the dark if you already have your lantern and compass. All right, I hope this has been helpful, Scorpio. If you have resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. If you get the opportunity to hype it, please hype it as well. And until I see you in your next reading, Scorpio, know that you are loved, and namaste.